All right, breaking news just into CNN. Very sorry to have to tell you about this as we welcome our viewers all around the world and here right in the United States. The Islamic extremist group ISIS now claiming the Japanese man they were holding hostage is dead and that they followed through on their promise to behead him. His name, Kenji Goto, just 47 years old, a journalist. He and another Japanese man, a security contractor, were captured late last year by ISIS. ISIS apparently killed the other man, Haruna Yukawa, and had threatened to take the life of Kenji Goto. And apparently they have. The militants then changed their demands from money. They were asking for $200 million. And instead, they said they want a prisoner swap. Just a short time ago, ISIS did release a video clip that appears to show the violent death, the beheading of Kenji Goto. Let me go straight to our Will Ripley. He has been following this story from the beginning. He joins us live from Tokyo. This is incredibly disturbing news. This is exactly what everyone, Will, was hoping would not happen. The wife of this man pleading, the Japanese government, the Jordanians working on a possible prisoner swap deal. In the end, it did not happen. What can you tell us?
Yeah, Poppy, this is Japan really waking up to devastating, although sadly not surprising news as we approach 6 a.m. here. People here have been afraid of this ever since the first ISIS video came out featuring Kenji Goto and Haruna Yukawa, because when Japan did not pay that $200 million ransom and the deadline passed, the whole country collectively was bracing for a video like this. So when Kenji Goto appeared alive, holding the photo of Haruna Yukawa, it was, of course, devastating for the death of one Japanese citizen, but there was also a considerable amount of hope that because ISIS had decided to keep Kenji Goto alive, that perhaps it would not end like this. And now we see, sadly, that it has.
And, Will, we are not showing our viewers this video. It is ISIS propaganda, and we're not going to show it. But I do wonder what you know, what you can glean from it in the early going as to why they decided now to ultimately give up on those negotiations that it appeared were going on with Jordan for this prisoner swap and ultimately behead Kenji Goto.
Well, unlike some of the other videos which strayed away from the typical ISIS propaganda style, we believe that the executioner in this video is the voice with the British accent that is so familiar to many, Jihadi Khan. And like other previous ISIS videos, it doesn't show the actual beheading itself. It cuts away as the knife approaches. It's hard to even say those words, Poppy, just because if you think about Kenji Goto's wife, his wife Rinko, just a day ago, who finally broke her silence. I can only imagine how devastating this is for her and her family. Kenji Goto's mother, Junko Ishido, who's spoken to reporters, has spoken to us so many times over this last week. I think what makes this so stunning and shocking, Poppy, beyond the propaganda and beyond the fact that this is. There's a whole discussion that needs to happen about ISIS and what needs to happen now. But people in Japan really feel like they knew Kenji Goto. He had so many friends in the journalism community, and the coverage for the past week people have learned about him. They've learned about his trips to war zones to report about the plight of women and children, and his compassion for people who were suffering, and his fairness. And so people, while initially were perhaps less sympathetic because these two men did choose to go into dangerous territory, they have grown really to truly feel a connection with Kenji Goto and to root for him, and as they heard from his mother and then heard from his wife. And, gosh, it's just terrible.
I'm so glad that you bring that up, because this is a man, a really renowned journalist there, who left Japan. He could have kept reporting anywhere else in the world, and he made the choice to go there to tell the stories of Syrian refugees, of children, of innocent people suffering under this regime, suffering from the civil war that has been raging in that country. And he said, interestingly, Will, he was not concerned about safety going to Syria because he was Japanese. And according to a friend, he said, I am not American, I am not British, I am Japanese, I can go. And look what has happened to him. Stay on the line with me, Will Ripley, live from Tokyo. Thank you for that.